file number 17000993.
All right, we are set today for a final pretrial regarding both of the parents in this case. We're getting started a little bit behind, but in the meantime, we have not had anyone show up, understandably, because it's frigid outside, but also there's a Zoom option, and neither parent has logged in. I also understand, and I'm sure it'll be on the record in a few minutes, but there have been extra efforts to try to engage with them as well. But let's go over that after appearances, please, beginning with our guardian ad litem.
Catherine Dumont, lawyer, guardian ad litem for the minor child.
Ms. Tasha Thomas, counsel for the department.
Sarah Harvey, DHHS.
Michael Brooks, I represent the mother, Jennifer Webb.
Mr. McFarland representing Mr. Marawelli. He's not out in the hall.
Thank you. Deputy Answer to swear in Ms. Sarah Harvey so she can restate what she told us on the record.
She okay to stay where she's at, Your Honor?
Yes.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harvey, tell us about your attempts to reach out to the parents, please.
We were able on Friday to confirm service on both parents for the court order and hearing notification. Both acknowledged that they had received that. This morning, and on Friday, I also spoke to Ms. Webb. She said that she would be here. And Mr. Marawelli didn't say either way, but he did indicate that he had service. This morning, I noticed that neither one were there. Ms. Webb did text me, let me know that she could not come to court today. I offered her the Zoom option and sent her the Zoom link. She said that she would log in. Mr. Marawelli, however, both Megan McVeigh and I have tried to reach out to him. We've received no answer back.
Gentlemen, have either of you heard from your clients?
No.
No, let me take a look at my notes, but I have not, Your Honor. Tell you just a moment if he contacted my office.
Any questions for Ms. Harvey on this issue, Ms. Thomas?
Just to clarify for the record, Ms. Harvey, Mr. Marawelli, he was present at the last hearing for the prelim, correct? At least in part?
Yes, he was here and then had to leave before we could start the hearing, but yes.
Okay. And since then, what has been the level of communication with him?
Very minimal. Very minimal. There have been numerous attempts to reach him. It wasn't until just late last week that he responded back to any messages or any phone calls. I do know that Miss Megan McVeigh had received at least one text message from him, and I did receive the text message verifying that he received his order, but that's the only communication from Mr. Marawelli.
And as relates to Ms. Webb, I know that she was not present at the last hearing, but to confirm, had she been served with a copy of the petition?
Yes, I personally served her.
Wonderful. Okay. And then just to clarify, have you, or to the best of your knowledge, Ms. McVeigh, had eyes on or contact with the child?
I did see, we both saw her at school. That was the only contact that we had with her. Well, I guess I did see her in Mr. Marawelli's home right after our last hearing, but over the holidays and things, we had not heard from Mr. Marawelli, so we did go to see her at school.
Right, thank you. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Gentlemen?
No. None.
There are a couple of other issues that probably should be addressed. It came out of the last order after preliminary hearing issue 12/2024. Did you want to voir dire your witness on those, Ms. Thomas? Or did you want me to just ask her about it?
And if you have the order in front of you and you can ask her, I would appreciate that. I don't have that order pulled up quite yet.
All right, Ms. Harvey, while we're talking about service, I was looking for a pretrial, or before today, DHS was to serve the petition removal order, JC 111, and a copy of the preliminary hearing order on each of the parents and file a proof of service on the same prior to today. Was that accomplished?
Yes, I did complete all that paperwork and the service and filed it with Ms. Thomas's office.
Okay, do you know when you did that?
Last week would have been the court order proof of service. The previous one was done before our actual hearing that day for the order, or for, I'm sorry, for the petition and the initial removal order.
I don't have a proof of service in the file on any of those points, Ms. Thomas.
Your Honor, I have them. I can definitely get them to the court. That's my mistake for not fully understanding that it needed to be sent over. But I do have a proof of service indicating on December 5th that both parents were served personally with the order to remove the petition and their advice of rights. And then on the 13th, I received, the 14th, I'm sorry, I received the order, a proof of service that the order after the prelim was served on the 13th via certified mail to both parents, and then also email for mom and text for dad on the 14th. So I can get those to the clerks immediately.
Thank you. All right, so the other issue is we were looking for the department to supply the Native American Heritage inquiry documents and an order establishing legal parentage for the child.
Yes, I do have both. I will get them to Ms. Thomas this morning. I wasn't able to stop at the office to grab those physically before we met, but yes, we'll get those today.
All right, we're scheduled for a bench trial on January 28th at 9, and I need all those pieces in place before we can proceed with that.
You'll have them today.
Questions, gentlemen?
None.
I have one. The ICWA, are those the green cards and do they reflect signatures that they were received by the tribes?
We do have green cards. We also have some responses from tribes stating that there's no Native American heritage.
Can you forward that to both attorneys?
Absolutely.
Maybe Pete Bell, which is how we record this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think if you guys, yeah, everything will have to be circulated, by email, preferably today. Now, for your client, Mr. McFarland, I believe there was a request for a jury trial to be set, but if you've not heard from him and he is not appearing, I would be inclined to simply schedule his trial to be heard as a bench trial along with the mother's, considering that his failure to be here would effectively waive his right to a jury trial. As far as this court's concerned, I'm not going to require a jury to come in if he's not going to be present.
I thought my notes was. Yeah, I have no objection. I thought my notes were bench trial, but yeah,
Okay.
I would agree with the court.
All right, well, we're scheduled then for January 28th, beginning at 9 a.m. for a bench trial in this case, assuming all of those other things are filed and verified by the attorneys. Are there any other issues to be raised today, Ms. Dumont? Did you want to talk at all about any visits or updates?
Your Honor, I did meet with the minor child at her school as well. I did try to reach out to the father to schedule an in-home visit, and he never got back to me. So that is a little concerning, and especially seeing as he's not here today, but the minor child's doing well living with him. I talked with behavioral specialist at the school as well. And she indicated once she's been removed from mother and placed with father that she can see quite a bit of improvement. The minor child was clean, dressed appropriately. She was very friendly and talkative. She said she likes staying with her father and is not a fan at all of her mother's boyfriend. I don't believe there was any visits completed between her and her mother at this point, but we would just ask for there to be continued no contact between the mother's boyfriend and the minor child, and any visits or communication with the mother to be supervised.
Any response on that point, gentlemen?
No.
Anything else for the record, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Gentlemen?
Not here.
No.
Ms. Dumont? There. Very good. All prior orders of the court will continue pending the bench trial. The child is placed with her father. That is a safe and restrictive under the circumstances. Although his failure to cooperate with the department is certainly a red flag. Hopefully he's able to square that around, but apparently the child is doing well, which is great news. I will continue the no contact between of the child and the significant other of the mom and the supervised visitation as it relates to Ms. Jennifer Webb pending further proceedings as requested by the guardian ad litem. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today. We'll see you on the 28th.
Your Honor, I did check my notes for my office. There was no contact with my office by my clock.